This old guy DIY video has to do with troubleshooting a submersible sump pump that would kick off after about 10 minutes. It would just flip the breaker. So I've been working on this pump at a hot chick's house, and initially I thought the issue was that there was gunk in here in the impeller. So there are just 4 screws that go around the outside here. If you remove those little screws, this screen comes off and you can get to the impeller. So I saw that the impeller was not plugged up. Then I went to the other side, and there's some short screws, these little guys, that just come off the top here. I pulled those things out and took it apart, and what I found is the pump itself, that should have been dry, was just filled with tepid water. And here's the little gasket, and the gasket was pinched. And I had picked this pump up at an auction for about $5, but I didn't understand why it didn't work. I'd never torn into one of these before, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Now I've had it just flipped up so it would dry out in the sun for a little while. I'm going to put the gasket back in place, reassemble it, and see if it goes. When reassembling it, I just took the gasket and set it in here. Then I'll tuck it down with a screwdriver, and then it actually seals on this surface right here. And you see it has the 3 wire connectors here, and they go in the 3 plugs right there. This thing ran fine for about 15 minutes and then kicked off. So I'm going to disassemble it now and see if there's water in there. And if there is water in the motor housing, I'm going to take some of this E6000 and apply it liberally where that gasket should be sealing. And maybe the gasket shrunk over time. I don't know exactly what the deal is. The pump ran fine for 8 months, and just recently it stopped. To get in here and see if I have water intrusion, it's just a matter of taking off these 4 screws. Then I'll be able to see the whole motor housing. So now that I've opened it, you can see there's water dumping out of the housing. So I'll put that E6000 in the seal after I let it dry for a little while, see if this fixes it. I let this thing dry for a couple of hours. Then I verified that the connections are tight there, and I put a liberal smattering of that E6000 on what should be the 2 sealing surfaces. So we have one here. Then I filled this outside groove on top of the O-ring, and when I put this thing together, I'll let it sit overnight before I reinstall it tomorrow. But if it doesn't work after that, I'm going to call this thing garbage, because with that E6000 on there, the chance of me disassembling it without breaking something is not very good. So I confirm the connections are tight. I've put the E6000 on the 2 mating surfaces. Now it's time to button it up, let it sit for 12 hours. We'll try it tomorrow. The E6000 had all night to cure. Now I'm going to put the pump in the little pond here, see if it goes. The little pond fountain is doing its job, so I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully it'll run for her all day, and if not, I'm sure she'll give me a call. So I hope this video helped you, and have a great day.